answer and writer's voice for giving me this beautiful opportunity. And at the same time, I just want to tell you that I'm not a professional English language teacher or trainer, but ages. I'm learning on my own. I just learned on my own, and I have a lot of friends from other. Increase the volume. Okay, sir. Just a moment. Clear now?
Yes, ma'am, you are clear, audible. Yeah, you are. It is fine now. Yeah, you can continue.
Okay. So I'm not a professional person. I just learned on my own by watching movies or by listening songs and by speaking to a lot of people from different countries, actually, from native speakers, especially. So I just wanted to tell you that it's not very difficult for us to learn this English, whether you're maybe a teacher or you're maybe a student. You can learn on your own. I just give you the few tips which I have learned. I'll tell you the roadmap how to achieve so that you can improve your speaking skills. So without further ado, I just wanted to. I'm not showing any PPT. I just sometimes in the middle of the session I'll just show you my PPTs. But today's topic, which I wanted to talk a lot of times, which I usually talk with my students. I'll give a lot of lectures for my students about the same topic because I wanted to see each and every person to speak in English. That's my main motto, actually, because they face a lot of issues while going through interviews. So that's the reason why I choose this topic. And I really like people who talk proper English and all those things. So that's why I'm sharing this knowledge with you all. Right. So my topic is how AI can help non-native English teachers and students to improve their skills. That may be reading skills or listening skills or speaking skills or writing skills, whatever it might be. I'll give you a few tips and roadmap for this, how to achieve. So the first tip I wanted to give is, just give me a moment. Right. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am, you can continue.
Okay. Thank you, sir. So the first thing, if you're a non-native speaker, you don't know anything about how to speak, how to interact with other persons, or how to read, whatever it may be. The first thing you have to do is you have to listen whoever is talking. Either you can watch any movies or any songs, keep on listen to that song in a loop so that you will get to know how to pronounce the words, especially. And forget about the grammar. Don't try to learn grammar. uh, the way you speak the way you speak tends to identify your grammatical mistakes slowly, and you'll assess yourself and you can perform as better as you can. I promise that. Forget about the grammar. First rule is don't bother about your grammar. And the second rule is first speak. How AI is my topic. I don't want to divert from the topic. How AI is helping us to improve our skills. Right. So we have different applications like Suvi or OpenTalk or HelloTalk. So in these applications, you can find out few um, AI chatbots. So with that chatbots, you can improve your conversation. Like if you wanted to um, on a particular, if you wanted to select on a particular topic, or you wanted to talk on that particular topic, just with that chatbot, with that bot, you can ask the question, or you can start a conversation like, hi, how are you, and it goes on. The second thing is, if you wanted to write, if you wanted to assess yourself, there are few other applications we can see here. There are yeah, Elsa Speak for this pronunciation and these things. Just remember, like Quillbot. So in this Quillbot, if you're writing some paper, or if you wanted to do some any kind of a lecture, so you simply can use a Squillbot application, and from that application you can even Grammarly actually. So Grammarly is outdated, I think, because we have a lot of other applications which are doing performing better actually. So Quillbot is one of the best application. So with that application you can increase your writing skills also. Like how you can increase your writing skills? uh, anyone, any one of you can answer. I don't want it to give one set. I mean, I want it to be, is it, it should be a one-on-one session. Don't keep quiet, give me some messages, or interrupt me, asking few questions if you have any questions. It shouldn't be one way. Our session shouldn't be one way. I think it should be in two-way communication, I think, so that we can increase our skills. Right. Anyone? Yes, someone. Right. So Quillbot helps to write to help is going to help us for writing skills actually. So how it is going to help? If you wanted to write a paragraph in artificial intelligence, let's suppose say. So I'll write that artificial intelligence what I know. I'll just write down that points, and if there are any grammatical mistakes or anything, so that mistakes are going to be identified, and it is going to show me like in which line I have made a mistake, right? So that if I wanted to paraphrase or rephrase it, or if I want to detect something, the words, technical words actually, I can detect and I can rewrite that paragraph. I'll show you that paragraph also, how to use that Quillbot actually. So with these, the AI is going to detect there, and it is going to rectify our grammar, or the tone, the way of tone actually. So it is going to rectify each and everything, and it is going to give few suggestions also, and it shows that what kind of suggestions you want. You want whether you want in so-called American English, or British English, or Canadian English, or the fluent English, or simple English, human-like English. So everything it is going to provide for us. So using this application, we can improve our writing skills actually. And the most important thing is pronunciation. Rule one is forget about your grammar. Rule two, listen. Keep on listening to videos. I mean, the YouTube videos like cartoons, or any other movies or songs, whatever it might be. Eventually, I started my English learning started with Peppa Pig. Can you believe that? So Peppa Pig helped me a lot, because with the help of Peppa Pig, I learned many words how to pronounce it correctly. So Peppa Pig helped me to grab more words, and it helped me to pronounce properly, and it helped me to frame a sentence properly in a proper English, native English actually. So we have to listen. We have to keep on listen for three first. Let's start with the first 2 days. Start with subtitles. So if you start with subtitles, you can actually learn which word is that. At the very first day, without subtitles, you couldn't understand what pronunciation it is, what which word it is showing. You're hearing actually. So it helps you to watch to identify which word is pronounced correctly, and you can identify the words properly. And then later on, start from third day, without subtitles, try to talk. I mean, try to listen. And then you'll get to identify by your own without any subtitles. And the second rule is to listen, right? And the third rule is try to speak. Only three rules which I wanted to give. Forget about your grammar, listen, and talk. That's it. These three rules can help you a lot to improve your English speaking skills. Not only speaking skills, later on, you can improve your writing skills too, and listening skills, right? So, to improve your fluency, actually, there are a lot of AI applications. Like Suvi is one of the great application which you can use. Most of the students, I think, they use the Snapchat, right? So in the same, you can maintain the streak in Suvi application, right? You can use there is an in Suvi application you can find out a lot of quizzes, and you have this 30 minutes talk. You can talk to other person, non-native persons or native speakers. So you can find out it's CV actually. So you can find out a lot of people there. So with this real people, you can talk, because if we talk with our beside person, we can think that we usually it's a human tendency. We'll make a lot of fun with the other person, right? So like I usually talk in English, and Sujit sir usually imitate me. So in the same way, many people around us will try to degrade us, or will try to make fun of us, right? So if you couldn't speak with your closed ones, or with your neighbors or friends or colleagues, you can find out with the real people who you don't know. You don't even know their faces. You don't even you cannot feel ashamed of talking. So you don't know who's that person. We no need to bother about any uh, thing, right? So with the help of these applications, you can talk with the real people, and at the same time you can have fun, like maintaining the streak, because you can find out in the dashboard or leaderboard at which place you are at. Eventually you will be at last position, or might be in 10th position. You couldn't predict, right? So use these applications daily, and in the same way you can find out grammatical corrections also later on, or else you can attend quizzes, and you can even learn grammar lessons also. So this will help you. Even you can talk. There is a chatbot also named as Arya in that application. I'll show you the application. So in that application, you can find out Arya, the AI bot. It's AI bot. So in that application, you can select the topic, and you can talk, or you can even prepare for interviews also. So these applications like this, there are a lot of other applications also. I don't wanted to mention all these applications because time is very constrained. So you can find out these applications for speaking skills, to improve your speaking skills, especially pronunciation and fluency. So these applications will build a lot of vocabulary for you, I'm sure about it. And then coming to the challenges which you're facing, the usually students or teachers or any non-native speakers usually face pronunciation and fluency difficulties, and grammar. As I said before, don't forget about your grammar. Don't bother about your grammar. And the native speech patterns, especially if I wanted to talk, there are many different accents, many different dialects actually. And so using these speech patterns, like American English is completely different from British English, right? Or there are a few similarities, but mostly we have different kind of pronunciation and different accents too, right? You have to focus on that. If like later on we'll move to that topic also, why we have different patterns and everything. Next is modern teaching methodologies. So, as is, I invented one methodology. You can follow that methodology. There are other methodologies which usually talks about LSRW skills. I don't wanted to go in that because I'm not a professional one. I mean, to speak about all those LSRW skills, but how I learned, how I improved my speaking skills. I just wanted to give a roadmap on my own. That's it, my methodology especially. And then for students, less speaking opportunities, because in real life no one is going to talk. As I said before, each and every person, if you're a neighbor, or if you're, even if you're friends, will imitate or will degrade you while speaking actually. So students struggle in this aspect a lot. And then struggles with grammar, pronunciation, and fluency. It's just a common for each and every speaker, actually, not only students. And then uh, by by these things, we can improve day by day, and at the same time, we can get a feedback also using these AI chatbots, actually. So I'll tell you about this thing also later. And then the next one is boredom and disengagement in traditional learning methodologies, especially those methodologies which are very in ancient periods, in our ancestors period. It's just very difficult to find out, to speak actually. So this traditional methodologies are not a good roadmap, I think, like in my point of view especially. Right. So until here, do you have any doubts or any suggestions or anything? Sujit sir, at least you respond, whether it is yes or no.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Right. So next one is, if you are a content creator, so even you can use this AI for your content creation, especially for your notes. As if you're a student, you can prepare your notes, or usually we have FTP and STP, right? So students and faculty will prepare this content, especially the notes actually we provide. So usually what we'll do is we'll just simply take that AI help and we'll just copy paste in OneNotes, right? So do you think it is really correct, whatever the AI is giving the response for us? Well, you'll give one prompt, right? So for that response, do you think it is 100% correct? No, it's not. So it's at the back end. The AI is going to refine the content which it had, which it trained actually, and you'll get some content. It might be a relatable topic content, or an very different topic. So you'll get two types, and you're the person who has to decide whether it is correct or wrong. You're the one, you're the correct person, because human brain and artificial intelligence is completely different. We are the one who needs to check whether it is correct or not, right? And here AI is going to generate lesson plans. So how many of us as a faculty were developing these lesson plans through AI? I don't think so. A lot of people will depend on AI to prepare lesson plans, because it doesn't know the difficulty. For example, the boundaries. If I wanted to teach some Java or something for you guys, I need to know your background, like whether you know the basic or you're at an intermediate person. So I need to find out that, and then I can frame the lesson plans, right? So without doing any background things, it couldn't generate. It generates, but it doesn't give the 100% accurate. Accuracy is important, right? So it doesn't generate the 100% for uh, for for ourselves, right? So lesson plans and quizzes. So do you know this? A lot of resource persons also in previous lectures they have spoke about memorize and poll quiz. There are a lot of other quizzes you can find out in the net. There are a lot of faculty also. There are we'll use this classroom, right? Google Classroom.
Yeah. We can also have what is that quizzes like through if we ask that ChatGPT regarding the quizzes, it will generate and we can copy
Yeah.
it and we can paste it in Google Slides. That algorithm will also plays a vital role regarding this
Ye-
class lesson planning and content creation because in content creation also most of these things will be in PPT presentation itself. If we paste that
Yes.
algorithm, it will.
Yes. So even in Google Classroom also you can find out a lot of quizzes. You can conduct your quizzes also. If you wanted to generate the score also at the point of conducting, you can find out a lot of Mentimeter. That is one other application like Mentimeter. In Mentimeter, you can find out the scores also, live scores actually. So in different schools like multi international schools, you can find out these remote kind of a thing. So there they'll provide their live quizzes actually. So in the same way, using our mobile phones, using this application especially, no need to wear this application also. You can find out. You can simply just Google it, and that link can be shared with students also. So there itself, you can find out who uh, who score. You can find out the scores also actually, live scores. And at the same time, Duolingo also. Duolingo is very helpful for pronunciation, speaking skills, and but it's a paid one. I personally feel like don't spend even a single rupee for learning English. You can learn without a single penny in your hand. I can say that. And then the next one is Slido. There is another application called Slido. So all these applications, I'll just prepare a PPT for you. The other applications. So I had a list of applications. I think even you can find out in LinkedIn also if you're there in LinkedIn. So all these applications are very useful for us as a faculty or as a student. You can utilize all these things. And next one is GPT. So do you know what is the major question? How to generate all these quizzes, or what's the major? How to do it? How to do these
We
all
should
these
give it
quizzes?
proper prompting. Proper
Yeah,
prompting.
yeah. That's the secondary, sir. And next,
Yeah. How to generate.
that's a joke. Huh? You just simply need an application for this, a proper application. Right. It's just a joke. I just wanted to entertain you all. Just don't want it to. You should be in my track what I'm speaking. So that's the reason why I'm bringing back. I'm bringing back to my session. Right. Sir, your answer is correct. So you have to give your prompts correctly so that your question should be straight away. It shouldn't be like 10 lines or 20 lines. If you prepare these quizzes for 10 to 20 lines or 10 lines for minimum, so will the students really uh, find out, do it, or show their interest for doing this quizzes? No, right? So simply just give a prompt that concise the question, or generate the question in a few words. That's it. So you have to give your prompt properly, and you have to basically you have to choose the correct application. So you have a lot of applications. You have to see whether it is free or open source, or uh, can that application provide inserting images or videos if needed. So we have to find out the proper application. So I personally think the proper application is Memrise. Mentimeter, sorry, not Memrise, Mentimeter. So Mentimeter will be the first one, and Slido is also good, but mostly can use this Mentimeter. And then here there are Kahoot, and but better than Kahoot, I think Mentimeter is very interactive and very easy. It's a user friendly, I can say. And then the next one is feedback. So I think no need to give like the other person need to track your assessments, or the other persons need to see your feedback. Don't think like that. Just self assessment is more important. So day one, when you start speaking or listening, so it should eventually start with star one, first star, right? Like means you are a beginner, and at the beginning you have to face a lot of things while speaking or listening or writing. You have to face a lot of things. You couldn't find a proper word, or you couldn't uh, know you don't know the correct pronunciation when you're talking. So eventually you have to increase your things, increase your skills actually. So using this roadmap, using the proper roadmap, whatever it might be, uh, choose the correct roadmap which fits for you actually. Because a roadmap which fitted for me may not fit for you too. So you have to be in a proper track, proper roadmap, so that you have to achieve your speaking or listening skills or writing skills, whatever it might be, within 60 days. That is the maximum period, I think. Don't give a lot of time for your learning skills. It should be within 2 3 That's enough. Be in a proper track. Every day you have to listen. Every day you have to speak. So that will improve a lot. Seriously, be in the proper track. You can improve a lot of skills by your own without spending any money, right? So feedback. So if you're a faculty, you can provide the feedback through the score. Like when you use this Mentimeter or any other application, you can find out the same score or grade there, and then you can give your feedback. If you are a student, make it as a self assessment, that track your own things. If you start learning on the very first day, your participation should be 30% on the first day. Second day you have to increase 10%, like 40% or 50%. On the third day you have to increase. There should be a proper increment towards your skills. You have to track your own you have to track your own skills, where I have learned, what I have learned in all these things, by using all these applications, by using AI application, whatever it might be, AI or something else. Right? You need to be on track. And then if you wanted to while you're concentrating, we spoke about the other applications, right? Quillbot, you can paraphrase or you can detect something or you can change the words, right? So in the same way, 13 also will help you to check your plagiarism, and you can rewrite the uh, words or sentences also in this 13 application. So 13 is helpful for writing and at the same time to identify or to detect the plagiarism actually. So we'll see this 13 application also because it's very good applications. Most of the faculty use this application in their research papers or uh, ISBN books, something like that. They use this 13 application also and Quillbot too. So simultaneously, this 13 application, Quillbot and Paperpull. There is another application called Paperpull. So Paperpull is also used for this kind of plagiarism detection or paraphrasing or rephrasing, whatever, right? So we can use this AI applications for our reading, for our writing skills, especially. The next one is so we usually students can interact with will learn through videos or audios or any gamification applications. We usually attract, we usually show our interest while gaining some knowledge, right? We usually use these applications or videos or audios. We'll use these applications for our upgradation, right? So while using these applications, you have to be more conscious because so for each and everything we have pros and cons or heads and tails, whatever it may be, how you can compare. So you have to be on a proper track. And then using this a video based applications like video based skills, you can improve a lot. Eventually you will, while watching this cartoons or videos or any Hollywood movies or anything, you can learn a better lot of you can find out a lot of improvements on your own, right? So use while trying to speak or while you're wanted to learn anything, I mean the skills I'm talking about. So if you wanted to learn, if you're a, if you're very interested, just go through the videos first. As I said before, what's the subtitles, without subtitles, with the subtitles. Practice this on a daily basis, you'll improve your speaking skills for sure. And next one is chatbots. You can chat with the AI also. As I said, there are a lot of applications to uh, st- thank you. So are you testing me or you're testing yourself or you're giving any, right? So these chatbots will help you to build a conversation in a real world kind of a thing. So there are a lot of applications. First is ChatGPT, and the next one is the popular one. Before ChatGPT, I can say DeepSeek is the DeepSeek R1. Actually, DeepSeek R1 is the first chatbot. Currently, it's trending now. So I think most of the people use this DeepSeek Carbon also. And even in ChatGPT, you can uh, using this voice chat, you can increase your speaking skills especially. So you'll get 15 minutes, I think. So after your 15 minutes, uh, you have to subscribe. I mean, you have to take a plus subscription. So for 15 minutes, you'll get a free talk actually. So it will be a very fun. So keep try, just keep on trying. Use this chat GPT or even in CV also. I said before, there is an application called CV, right? So even the CV application also, you can find out the AI chatbot. It's very uh, useful because we have different topics. Even you can prepare for your interview also using this application, CV application. So that is the best application I can say before all these applications. And DeepSeek, and then Duolingo. I think Duolingo is paid, so they don't recommend Duolingo for now. But use the CV application. You'll get a free for 1 hour or 30 minutes. I think 30 to 1 hour. I'm not sure about it, about the time, but CV will help you to improve your conversation skills. And Replica AI is also a chatbot to practice. You can find out Replica in Play Store too. So all these applications are you will be there in Play Store. You can download it and you can use for free. And next one is personalized learning or self learning. So you can learn all these uh, you can improve your skills, especially by using a lot of applications like Mondly. So Mondly is one of the best applications for students because in that application, it's a user friendly application, especially I can say that. And then Mondly application uh, will help you. I think it's open source. I mean, free for each and every one. You can learn a lot of. You can have this audios also, audio content, and you can find out the books also. So free books, they'll provide few books, and they'll give this like you can write down your day-to-day ideas, and you can even rewrite that using these applications, especially. So Monly is one of the best application. If you wanted to improve your speaking skills, you can use these applications. I think mostly it is for British accent. I think I'm not sure about it, but uh, like I used a lot of applications previously, so that's the reason why I can talk about all these applications. The best application I found is CV and then OpenTalk. So these two applications will improve your English a lot, especially initial days. I used to use this OpenTalk, which I didn't mention here, but OpenTalk is the best application. Later on, you can go with this CV application. CV is also the very good application, actually. Right, gamification. So using this games, as I said before, so games or videos or audios are these things play a vital role actually. These are very attractive, very easy, very interesting, and very funny, right? So we can use this gamification especially. So you can use this quizzes. So this application will provide you a lot of games, quiz games especially, and you can find out the grammar also there. You can learn this grammar things a lot and memorize. And there is an application called Busu also. Busu is you can learn Busu language. Well, you can learn a lot of applications also. Sorry, a lot of languages. Like if you wanted to learn any French language, you can learn using that application. Even memorize also. Memorize, yeah. So even memorize helps you to learn different languages. Especially, it's famous for French language and German language. So memorize is the best application for English, French, and German also. Not sure it's Spanish or French, German. Spanish, I think. French and Spanish. Yeah. So the best applications, if you wanted to learn in a gamified kind of a thing, you can use these applications. And then what are the ethical considerations you have to take? So don't depend too much on these things, because your time is more important. And don't provide your data, like your contacts or your video permissions and audio permissions. Don't give all these permissions for these applications, so that like we can see a lot of applications are will like just give me a moment. Yeah, right. So you have to bother about your ethical considerations also. And then let me conclude with the last slide. I hope it's visible for everyone. So my
No,
final
ma'am, your
thoughts
PPT is not visible.
now, even now, sir.
Yes, ma'am, it is not visible. Your PPT is not here.
Okay, sir. Is it visible? Visible.
Yes, ma'am, it is clear. Yeah, it is visible.
Okay. So use all these applications. Make sure while using these applications you have to give your 100% for these applications. It means in time constraint. So you have to give 30 minutes for each and every day. Use this all these applications which I spoke, and I'll give you the image also, the proper image, providing all these applications. I'll mention there in that image. I'll provide you in our WhatsApp group, Writer's Voice. So, as I said before, set your roadmap and be on the track, and increase your skills day by day using a lot of applications which we are having right now. So all these applications are very easy and very user friendly for you guys. That's the only thing. Keep make it as a continuous process. That's the only way to learn, especially these all the skills, LSRW skills. So continuity is more important. Thank you everyone. Thanks for giving me this opportunity. I think my this was not